Republic Day, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the Republic Day. Republic Day is celebrated on 26th of January every year in order to honor freedom fighters and their actions for democracy. It also marks the time when the Constitution first came into effect. There have been many advantages since the Constitution had came in various aspects, such as finance, politics, education, etc. Ashvika, why don't you tell me about the impact of Constitution on the economy of India?
Yes, Ashish. GDP plays a main role in the economic development of a country. GDP in India has been significantly rising over the years. India is one of the fastest developing countries.
Oh, I can add a point to that. The GDP has rose from 2.7 lakh crore to 150 lakh crore over the independence.
Yes, Anisha, I think the cause of that is the increased job opportunity as well as the infrastructural developments that has been taking place. Do you know some of those?
Oh, yes, Ashvika. I know some of the infrastructural developments such as the border roads, which has helped to link urban centers with the difficult terrains, which has increased the transportation and trade. Vismaya, do you have any idea about the culture's role in India's independence? Yes, Anisha. The culture has had a huge role on the independence of India. Our culture is very diverse and vast. We have different cultures, traditions, languages, and regions, and the unification of these regions help to invoke a spirit of nationalism in India, which help in the process of independence for India. Ashish, can you tell me about the effects of the national leaders and freedom fighters that helped for us to gain us independence?
Yes, Kasmina, I will. The freedom fighters are very essential, as without them, the revolution couldn't have the same effect as it had. Now, the revolution had a huge effect on the population and its morale. It caused a big impact. It mobilized them and united them as one, and it made history and of the freedom of India. The different people of India, both in a cultural plane and on a political plane. The political plane the political plane is about the people who rule over themselves by the use of representatives. Government representatives or an example of government officials are an example of representatives. They are civil servants. Ashvika, can you tell me about the significance of civil servants?
Yes, Ashish. UPSC exam, to which more than 10 lakh people enroll every year, gives rise to many civil servants with huge dreams and innovative ideas. Tukaram Munde, Armstrong Pune, Smita Sabharwal, as well as Ritu Maheshwari are few of them. Many women with bright minds have also chiseled their names in the history of the nation's development.
Speaking of women, the defense in India is also modernized, and so to say that in Kerala they were dedicated a special branch of police officers who were women. They had the role to ensure the safety of females, and they were vividly known as the Pink Police. Vismaya, women empowerment has also helped in the empowerment of many other communities. Do you have some?
Yeah, the Constitution of India has also made many differences and changes for other communities like the LGBTQ community. The section 371 says in the colonial era says that such relationships were an unnatural offense and could even be sentenced to jail for up to 10 years. Oh, I can add a point to that. The decriminalization section of 371 has normalized and helped people in the community of the LGBTQ. Vismaya, do you know any other minority communities that have been empowered? Yeah, many other minority communities have been empowered by the Government of India. Under Article 29, minority communities and their languages and their traditions can be conserved, and the Government of India resents discrimination against minority communities. Anisha, can you tell me about the reforms made by the Constitution of India for lower economic people?
Sure. India has made many infrastructural reforms for the minority people, such as the Financial Inclusion Program,
which made banking and insurance available for every community, including the minorities, in an affordable cost. Consequently, the literacy rate has rose from 18% in 1951 to 73% in 2011.
Yes, Anisha. I think Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan has played a major role in the increase of the literacy rate. Don't you think so?
True.
Yes. And I also think that we must not forget about health. Health during the pandemic era played a major role in our lives. During the pandemic era, the pharmaceuticals of India had a major opportunities for their expansion.
Let's also not forget about our gracious military force. India has one of the largest military forces in the world, and about 14.4 lakh active personnel are there in our military. Ever since the 1947, the Indian defense have now entered into the era of a bigger reform, and we have things like battle command and strategic developments and integrated theatre, nuclear power, etc.
In a nutshell, the Constitution had brought about innumerable beneficial changes and prepared us for the future. So, we have to thank our freedom fighters for giving us the opportunity to be safe and under a democracy. We also have to thank our principal for letting us to talk about this subject. It is an honor for us. Thank you and happy Republic Day.
Happy Republic
Happy
Day.
Republic.